Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be showing off Alakazam, and as a kid, I always wanted to get Alakazam. And the reason I say that is because when I first saw my eyes on Alakazam, I thought he was so cool. The fact that he's just holding two random spoons, like, where's my spaghetti? Even though it's like, usually it's spaghetti with forks. Anyways, the point is that I've always wanted to use Alakazam, and I always thought he was such a cool Pokemon. Not only that, sidekicks are like so overpowered in Gen 1. Kadabra is a Gen 2 evolution, Stage 2 evolution, and look how strong he is. So imagine how strong Alakazam is going to be here. Unfortunately, I came to find out that he only starts off with teleporting kinesis. So that pretty much cost me my first reset in this run. But that's okay. The strategy I have in mind is to pretty much spam struggle up until I essentially get my first move. And at the time of recording, I had no idea what was going to be my first move, and especially at what level I unlocked it. But one thing that I did mess up here is that I went into the first fight in Brock's gym or whatever, thinking I had struggled, to find out that I had just came from the healing center. And yeah, that pretty much caused me a free loss there too. But I feel like one thing I should mention is the fact that I ended up skipping Rival 1, and that's okay. But the reason I did is because I knew I had no way of beating him at my current level. But I'm gonna go into fight Brock right after this, and hopefully maybe level 13 will get me by, or level 14 I should say. But shortly I found out that I'm still way too weak for Brock. And at level 14, I'm technically no match for him. I barely managed to get past the first Geodude, and but Brock, with the moves he has, yeah, no way. I'm not getting past this anytime soon. So one thing I do plan on doing is pretty much leveling up a little bit more, and I ended up coming back at level 16 with my first move actually, and it's Confusion. With this, Brock's a walk in the park, and I just essentially one-shot both of his Pokemon. Now, with that being said, this from get to level 5 to level 16, that pretty much took me about maybe like 30 minutes of in-game time. I mean, real life time, I'm sorry. In-game speed, I was playing about 5 times speed or 6. I can't remember exactly no more, but yeah, just so you know, in-game time took me about 2.5 hours just to get to level 16. But with that being said, the rest of the game is just gonna pretty much steamroll from here on forth. Right here, I picked up a rare candy. I just defeated Misty easily. Now I'm gonna fight rival right here at Nugget Bridge, and I named my rival Ash for those guys. But one thing you should do is subscribe for more content as well, like Alakazam says. But anyways, all his Pokemon are essentially like one shots, and I believe his Eevee actually survived, which it did. It took 2 hits, but that's totally fine. At this point, I went to go heal up. I went to Bill's house. I collected an ether right there by the last, and I talked to Bill, collected my SS ticket, and from there I go ahead make my way to SS Sambo, picked up Body Slam, top Body Slam. Now I'm fighting my rival once again for the 3rd time, but that's fine. I finally learned Psybeam as well. I threw off Confusion, and pretty much all his Pokemon are one shot. I'm now level 30. I'm poisoned. I get cut, and I make my way towards LT Surge, and where I collect my 3rd badge. Pretty much is Raichu. No effect. The reason I didn't heal up, for you guys wondering, is so I can essentially just walk into that cave using escape rope and get to my Cerulean City, I believe, faster and to save some time. But I don't really need to heal. I have recover as well, and I made it to the first Rocket hideout tower, and I'm pretty much just one-shotting all their Team Rocket's Pokemon. With that being said, I fight Giovanni for the first time, and Onyx is a one-shot. Brighthorn should be the same as well, and now he's gonna send out Persian. I believe I use Psybeam actually. I thought I used Body Slam, but it survived with 1 HP. No big deal. Easy knockout. I like the Silph Scope. I make my way towards Erica, and now I'm finally going to collect the 4th badge in this game. Like I said, after finally unlocking confusion, pretty much the whole game just steamrolls. If it started off with like confusion right off the beginning, I probably would have had a much faster time than I did, and I wouldn't even have struggled as nearly as much as I did E2. But at this point with Erica, I finally learned Psychic, and I decided to forget Kinesis, which I was thinking, should I keep it? But I thought he'd be strong enough and he didn't need it, which I guess it's much of a spoiler, but just know it was a rightish choice. I didn't struggle. Moral of the story. Come on now, it's Alakazam, the guy with two spoons. Now, come on. But, anyways, I'm over here fighting my rival once again, and he's still no match for me at this point. I pretty much just one hit KO all his Pokemon. With that being said, I find Marowak or whatever you want to call him, which it actually is Marowak. But point is, from this I save Mr. Fiju from the Ghost Tower, and I get the Pokeflute, which is something we're gonna need. But before that, I did find Team Rocket, and I fought them once again. But you know how it goes. Team Rocket is flying out to space. I believe that's how it goes for you cartoon or anime fans right there, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, with that being said, we make our way towards Koga, which one thing is that he's a poison type, right? But he claims to be a psychic type. Actually, no, I might be wrong. Guys, correct me in the comments, please, or please don't bombard me with hateful comments for messing that up. Anyways, I kind of messed up right here, and I used Body Slam on the Venomoth, which was much of a rookie mistake, and I'm poisoned as well, so I need to get this fight over with as soon as possible. In which I remembered that I could use Psychic, and I won't hit KO. Anyways, I went to go pick up the Gold Tooth, and as well as Surf, gave the Warden his Gold Teeth, and got Strength, got the Rare Candy in his place, and made my way towards Rocket Hideout number 2, and where I find my rival once again. And at this point, he pretty much gets like a huge Kenkai or Genkai boost. I forgot what it's called, but more of the story, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, he hit the hyperbolic time chamber. I can't even talk. Anyways, I kind of messed up here, thinking I could finish off the Sand Slash with Body Slam, and I kind of ran out of PP here, which that's my mistake. But I mean, it happens, you know. And at this point, I should have just used Psychic from the beginning. Maybe I had a chance, but unfortunately I didn't, and I used Psychic and I died. Moral of the story, I came back and fighting rival once again. At this point with actually full health, and as you see, I just one-shot the poor Sand Slash, and I turned into level 46. Sends out Magnemite, finish it off as well. Ninetales is up next, survives with a slither of health, but no worries, we use Body Slam to finish it off. And Kadabra, one hit KO as well with Body Slam. Vaporeon, I use Body Slam, I get the paralysis on it, and I use Psychic, and I get a crit, and I manage to defeat it. Now with that being said, I made my way towards Giovanni, and one thing is that you don't really have to necessarily come here, but I mean, it's part of the storyline or part of the game. You might as well do it, right? Because if it was a new player, technically you would do this part, right? Moral of the story, I'm gonna do it regardless. And all these Pokemon are pretty much one-shots. Alakazam is too OP. But I left the Master Ball alone, and I made my way towards Erica. And I kind of had saved and paused here, and I came back. Turns out something kind of happened in the middle of my run, so I had to pause it. It was more of an emergency, but that's a topic for another day. Anyways, Abra is easy one-hit KO, and this Kadabra actually did a lot of damage with that one side wave, but that's fine. Thanks to recover, we just heal up and no worries, back to normal. But at this point, this little Kadabra is giving me somewhat of a hard time, but no worries. We use recover, we heal up. She uses a next defense. I managed to land the crit, and what crits do is pretty much go through the guard specs, the X defense, and as well as like the badge boost glitch here in this game, which for those who don't know about, just check out my description. From there, we beat Erica. We made our way towards Blaine, and now first thing I do is start off with reflect, raise up our defenses, and he or she manages, whatever you want to call Ninetales, manages to land a crit on me, unfortunately, but no worries. He sends out Rapidash, and I'm using Psychic, and I managed to land a crit, which isn't that amazing as usual. But I'm using Recover just to be on the safe side because I don't really want to risk it or whatever. So yeah. Anyways, we finish off the Arcanine with Psychic, and just like that, we defeated Blaine, and now we've unlocked our 7th badge. Thanks to that, we make our way towards Pallet Town and make our way up north, and where we fight the last gym leader. And as you can see, the trio easy Persian slashes me and obliterates my health, but no worries, I have recover, I'm sorry, and I finish it off with a body slam. Needle Queen, easy one hit KO. Needle King, easy one hit KO as well. Now Rhydon, essentially another easy one hit KO too, but I got a crit. Who's to say that it could have not survived, or it could have survived, I'm sorry. But moral of the story, I've got all my badges, and now I'm making my way towards the Elite Four. But before I do, I'm fighting Gary or Ash or my rival, however you want to call it, one last time before I fight him off in the finale. With that being said, Execution Solar Beam not even nowhere near effective, but thanks to my special defense, it's so high, it does no damage whatsoever. Sends out a level 47 Ninetales. I almost get the one hit KO, but I finish it off with Body Slam. Sends out Kadabra, and I use a Body Slam, one hit KO. Now I'm level 54. Sends out Vaporeon. I use Body Slam, replies back with Hydro Pump. Gets about a quarter in of my health or so. Finish it off with Psychic. With that being said, I defeated my rival once again, and I want to go heal before the Pokemon Elite Cave. But of course, once beating that cave, I made my way towards the first Elite Four member. With that being said, it starts off with Duwong. I finish off the Duwong. Now Cloyster, I got a little bit scared, so I used Reflect, and it starts off with Spike Cannon, which honestly did a tremendous amount of damage. And one thing I should mention is that throughout the game, you can get about like 7 or 8 rare candies, just kind of finding them around the map. Luckily, I know where they're all at. So right before I managed to fight the first gym leader, first Elite Four, I pretty much just went on ahead to just level up my Alakazam to the max I could, right? I don't know if you guys like that or not, but if you don't, just make sure to leave it in the comments. Feedback's always nice, so and it's always appreciated, whether it be bad or good. At the end of the day, I'm here to improve. But with that being said, we beat Lorelei. Next is Onyx, and we use Psychic on this rock, Onyx or whatever you want to call him. Pretty much Bruno in Gen 1 is he's more of a joke Elite Four member. He's just so pathetic and weak. Almost every Pokemon pretty much almost every Pokemon could just essentially beat him easily. But now Agatha, sometimes she seems to be a problem, but today she's not a problem whatsoever. We pretty much finish off all her Pokemon with one move, and that's Psychic. And one thing that I should mention is that I do have ethers and like elixirs, and that's something I did use to stock up my PP once again. But without being said, we got through Agatha, and now we're finally at Lance, the dragon type Pokemon. Starts out with Gyarados. I use Reflect just in case. Slaps me with Dragon Rage. So Dragon Rage is pretty much a move that automatically always does 40 HP no matter what. No matter if you're level 5 against level 40 against level 5, whatever the case may be, it's always 40 HP. But with that being said, I'm pretty much just one hit KO on all his Pokemon, and with that being said, it was a walk in the park. Now finally I'm off to the last member or my last challenge, I should say. Right, my rival for the 5,000th time or whatever you want to call it. More of the story, use a Body Slam on the Alakazam, and now I'm technically fighting my twin, but I'm the stronger twin here, and it's easy one hit KO. Come on, now it's not even a one hit Anyways, I'm fighting Executor now. And I finish it off with a body slam. Ninetales. Come on now. Use his quick attack. Finish off with a sidekick. Get a critical on it. Magneton. I use recover just to be sure. And save. Paralyzes me. Uses swift on me. And I use swift on me once again. But I use. Oh my god. How many moves are you going to land on me before I even manage to get one? Jesus. It's okay. Use sidekick on his Vaporeon, pretty much get it to half health. Uses quick attack on me, but thanks to recover, I wouldn't know how I would have done it. But shout out to recover. I finish out the Vaporeon with a sidekick, and just like that, we become champion of the league, or we beat the game, however you want to call it. It was a long journey, but a short one at the same time. Without being said, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. And I beat the game at an approximately 10 hours and 24 minutes of in-game time.